First time I recall meeting Dennis was in 1999. Well, my first impression was, this is a very smart guy. But also he was personal. I mean, I think he cared a lot.
When I first met Dennis, probably sometime in the 90s, first impression was he's a typical bean counter.
I've known Dennis Knautz for 50 years. We met in 1975. It didn't take long to realize Dennis is an exceptional person. First of all, he's smart. His intelligence comes not just from his education, but from his business and life experience.
When I first met Dennis, it was I knew he came from the finance side, and I thought, oh God, here we go. We got another bean counter to deal with.
I met Dennis Knautz in 2005 at a BIA membership meeting. I remember asking someone, who is that man pulling the suitcase with all the flowers on it? And they said, that's the president and CEO of Acme Brick Company.
I first met Dennis actually at a Jimmy Buffett concert. And it was kind of a funny story. Like, if a lot of people know that Dennis is a parrot head, and so that was my first time meeting him, which in my opinion was probably the most ideal situation to meet him in. You know, it's kind of, you know, meeting your girlfriend's father is such a milestone in a relationship and can be kind of stressful. And so meeting him in that environment of just, you know, positivity and happiness and something that he really loves, I think that was a great icebreaker. And I think we hit it off pretty quickly, and I think I became an instant parrot head.
One of the things about Dennis as a leader, I always felt that Dennis wanted me to succeed and that he had my best interests at heart. I can truly say it's been an honor and a privilege to work with Dennis, to know Dennis, and especially to be his friend.
Well, Dennis is very astute in a lot of different areas. He reads people very well. He obviously knows the financial aspects of business, and I learned a lot from him about you know, if you're gonna present numbers, you better have your data correct. And so that helped hone some of those skills that I might have been lacking in a little bit.
A couple of instances that I can think of where Dennis really had to show his leadership was during the Great Recession, when things got real ugly in the housing industry and the whole economy in around 2007, 2008. I can remember being at a Cowboys game with Dennis, and I told him our bookings, which is our orders that are coming in, I said, they're falling, and they're falling fast. And he said, yeah, I see that. We're going to have to adjust our business to that. And during that time, when I say it was tough, I mean, we were shutting down brick plants, we were closing sales offices, we had to, you know, screw things down tight on the expenses to get through that difficult time. And we made it through that and came out a better company, and a better company today because of Dennis's leadership during that time.
Dennis Knautz became the chairman of BIA. We were entering the Great Recession, entering some of the most uncertain times that the brick industry has faced. And he was a steadfast leader. He led us with a vision and strategic direction and helped us get through some of the most difficult times that we've faced.
Probably the most significant thing Dennis did for the Texas Masonry Council occurred back in 2010 when Brick Southwest, BIA Southwest, and TMC were merging. Dennis felt like in order for the organization to move forward on solid financial footing, he would put together a 5-year funding agreement, and he did that. Dennis was also instrumental in setting up industry representation by way of the board of directors in the new organization based on what they contributed to the organization.
I'm an entrepreneur, I own a business, and so, you know, I always want to see what other people think, how they became great leaders. And I asked Dennis that, like, why do you think you became a great leader? And he just said, as long as you treat your people with kindness and respect, then you can become a great leader. And that's one thing that always stood out to me and that I've seen over the years is just Dennis puts his people first.
I like to use the term open door. Dennis would always have his door open if we had something to come in. If I had to go talk to him about something, he was always there. He's very generous with his time. If he could not see you at that time, he would tell you, I'll come see you in 20 minutes, and he would come see you. Or I'll call you back, and he would definitely call you back. And that doesn't sound like a lot, but when the pressure's on and you need him, he was there for you. So
everybody knows that Dennis ended his career as CEO of Acme Brick Company. Throughout his career with Acme, he had served in different roles. He was controller of the company. He became CFO. He was COO, and all these different roles that Dennis had, he always excelled. He always helped to develop the people around him to help make sure they were successful as well. He's well known among all of the associates of Acme. He loved going to our plants and sales offices and have an opportunity to visit with our associates. Very caring. He had a great smile, a great personality, and I think as a lead of Acme, the presence that he gave, the face to our associates and our industry, Dennis did an outstanding job. And those are the same things I try to do to emulate a lot of Dennis's behavior when I'm out and about through whatever association it may be. And going to service awards, recognizing our associates, or at a national level through the Brick Industry Association, I think it's very important for me to continue that and try to live up to some of the standards that Dennis had established.
Congratulations, Dennis. I am so proud to know you and have been part of your journey to earn this award with the Texas Masonry Hall of Fame. You have earned and deserve every single piece of this award, and you have been a true mentor to me and to everyone that's had the privilege of walking beside you in our industry. Thank you.